Let's hike the trail to the Harding Ice Field, ascending next to Exit Glacier outside of Seward on Alaska's Kenai Peninsula. This beautifully maintained trail ascends 3,400 feet in 4 miles to overlook the largest ice field entirely contained in the United States, one of only 4 remaining ice fields in the country. We were advised that one would not make it to the ice field and back in one day unless they left early in the morning and felt like a total badass. With this in mind, we left at noon, having barely slept the night before. The sandbar you see in the distance is the place that the glacier had come to as recently as 1950. This image shows the rapid retreat of the glacier. On your way to the glacier, markers show you where it had come to in previous years. Including the 40 glaciers that descend from Harding Icefield, it covers 1,000 square miles. This means that climate change deniers need considerably more than 1,000 square miles of evidence to believe that greenhouse gases cause the greenhouse effect. This may be very hard to come by since the other ice fields have already melted. Interestingly, the mountain ashberry is one of nature's many practical jokes in Alaska. For while it is beautiful and prolific, it also tastes like hell. Interestingly, upon tasting the creek, we realized that it was made entirely of Evian. Here, we have exclusive footage of the rare Alaskan mountain penguin. Interestingly, the mountain penguin can camouflage itself to look precisely like a ptarmigan. The mountain penguin is a stoned and murderous creature. Much like the ptarmigan it impersonates, it comes to these Arctic regions to eat buds, shoots, and leaves. Unlike the other Evian streams, this one was flowing uphill. As we entered the wasteland near the top, we soon realized that the mountain penguin had the upper hand. Their nest could be absolutely anywhere in this God-forsaken landscape. Then, just below the peak, we witnessed the ruins of an alien spaceship. As we walked up to it, we saw that it had not been approached for a very long time. As we entered, we saw the names and dates of humans inscribed all over the inside of the spacecraft. Undoubtedly the names of people abducted by these cruel aliens. Many of the prisoners wrote messages of love in memory of departed relatives, eaten by their cold-blooded captors. Poor Admiral Tanzilia was brought all the way from Kazakhstan just to meet his or her demise on this cruel peak. Undoubtedly, the prisoners are cryogenically frozen into the glacier. This is the only logical explanation. Here we see the very real signature of an irresistible force that met an immovable object. When we reached the peak and saw just how far the ice field had receded, we realized that we would find the exposed, frozen bodies of the prisoners down below. As we approached the ice field, we could see clearly the dwelling of the mountain penguin. Cautiously, we approached the residence of the vicious mountain penguin. For it is so very dangerous yet so very tasty. The ice seems very unstable, and the roof seems to have recently collapsed, perhaps crushing the mountain penguin beneath it. It is therefore imperative that we go in to investigate. Digging a tremendous abode with such little flippers. That is how the mountain penguin do. Perhaps the mountain penguin feeds on the frozen bodies of the prisoners. Alas, perhaps we shall never know.